I'm often asked whether investing interstate is a good idea. As with all investing, there are always pros and cons. The pros of investing interstate include generally you can get in at a much more affordable entry level. If you're buying and you're living in Sydney and Melbourne, the other capital cities are generally a lot more affordable, so that's one definite advantage. Another is that you might be able to get to claim a tax deductible holiday and go interstate and visit your property, and it is a legitimate tax deduction for you, so that's another bonus. Also, it's a great way to spread your land tax bill, because if you are buying in different capital cities, your land tax bill will be smaller and it's aggregated if you're buying in one city, so that's another advantage. And lastly, it's a great way to diversify your portfolio and not have all your eggs in one basket as such. So what are some of the cons of buying interstate? One of them is that you don't know the market as well in those areas, and that you could overpay for the property. You could buy a poor investment property because you don't really know the market as well, don't know the demographics and the area specifics as well interstate. So always use a buyer's advocate if you are buying interstate, and hopefully someone there that can steer you in the right direction and give you the right information. Another disadvantage is that often the capital gains are lower in terms of the capital growth, because Melbourne and Sydney tend to perform the strongest out of any capital cities, and the other capital cities don't tend to have the same capital growth rates. You obviously can't do your own maintenance if you're buying interstate. Some of the landlords like to do their own maintenance, so their own tradespeople do maintenance as well, and that's obviously tougher to do interstate. And lastly, the property could be less rentable because most of the population lives in capital cities like Melbourne and Sydney, where about 80% of our population resides. So you've got less tenants generally to choose from, particularly in some of the regional towns. As always, consult your buyer's advocate and your accountant, financial advisors before making an investment decision and weighing up the pros and cons of buying interstate.